I'm back. This video has been a long time coming, and it's like I have so many things to talk about. I know I haven't been consistent with the videos and everything, but there's just been a lot going on. So this might be a longer video. I'm apologizing ahead of time, but I had planned on like getting on camera for like a while now, and I just couldn't think of like what to say. I couldn't come up with the words. It just, I don't know. So I had a couple of epiphanies over the past couple of weeks. All right, so I'll start with how my life is going on first, and then I'll go to the love life situation. I had a little change with my dude. Sometimes you just need to like just switch it up every now and then. The funny thing is I get so many different responses from people based on my hair. It's crazy. The gray locks that I wear is very, very popular with the guys. They love the locks, like the the gray is striking, it's bold, it's out there. So I think it like, guys are visual, so I guess that like captures their attention. Whereas sometimes where I wear like the like chocolate brown wig, it's like I get more like of older guys, you know what I'm saying? Because they're like, well, she seems more calm. And then like this look, the natural look, I get attention, but it's usually from women. Women are usually like a fan. So it's funny, like just the different like looks I have going on and the attention that I get. But either way, I've had some interesting experiences when it comes to the males out like there. I'm not quite feeling the dating department right now. And I'll tell you why. But work is going well. My new job, it's really busy. Even though I'm working from home and everything, I know people are like, oh, working from home is all that. It's good, but it's like, I had to remind myself to get up and walk around because like my leg is like numb and sometimes I'm like sitting in the same spot. So, I do miss getting up and walking around. Like, that's one of the things I did like about being in a classroom, at least like we had moments to move and go places and walk around and whatnot. Being at home, it's like you're kind of like confined. So I have to really make a conscious effort to move around, walk around, to be active and everything like that. So there's that. But I really enjoy the people that I'm working with. I love working one-on-one with kids. It's a lot of like emailing. It's a lot of, calling, between kids and students. And there's a lot of like meetings, online meetings and stuff. So it is what it is. I actually don't mind it. I actually like it a lot. So there's that part, because it really makes it easier for me having two kids that are now in school, and I'll be able to, I don't have to worry about taking them to school or picking them up so much. So Daria's going to first grade, or she's in first grade now. Her dad has them this week, so I'll be able to take over that next week. She starts school, her school starts at 7:40, and then Ella's school starts at 9. So the good thing is, because I work it's based out in Phoenix, Arizona, they're 3 hours behind. So I can get a lot of stuff done in the mornings, and then still get started with work. I have later days. So, but that's actually good. The only problem I have is with Ella, their school ends at 1, but you can pay for them to stay to like, I think 3 or something. I can't remember, but you have to pay. But either way, my mom is picking up my niece at that time. I have meetings at 1, and so I can't miss those. So my mom's going to pick the little one up. Once I pick up Daria, 2:25-ish or 2:50, I can bring her back home, and then I can get Ella after work, you know, and Daria can just stay here. It's going to be interesting seeing how I can juggle then work and school and all that kind of stuff. So my life as far as like motherhood is good. Been having some kinks with their dad, but it's been actually a lot better. You know, there's some situations that we had to work out, and he actually apologized, and so that he was going to make a better effort and everything like that. So that's actually been good. With us just kind of like working out the co-parenting thing. So that aspect of my life has gone a lot better. The youngest birthday is on Tuesday, and it's like tight when it comes to money. And so it's gonna have to be like very minimalistic this year for Ellabella. I like the fact that she's just turning 4, and so I don't have to worry about anything really big. I plan on having something at my mom's with her 2 other cousins and her sister. My mom has a lot of birthday stuff already because we do the birthdays at her place, so we can recycle a lot of the stuff from Dollar Tree. And I still gotta buy some gifts, and I'm just like, so I'm looking at like Target, basically, and maybe like two toys, maybe like 2 big toys, 2 little toys, something like that. Nothing like extravagant, because I don't really have it. So, you know, and this is the age where I think that one of the things that we have to understand is that we don't need to go into debt trying to like make our kids happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have that guilt that as a single mom, well, they're not with their dad and me, so I'm going to compensate, you know, overcompensate by giving them stuff. And you do feel that guilt a lot, and you do have a tendency to want to give them more, but it's like, that's not beneficial to them at the end of the day. They got to learn to know that, you know, they have stuff with their moms, they have stuff with their dads, and it's just going to be regular. Because they got used to like coming to his house and getting new toys. So they thought when they came to my house that they were going to get new toys too. And they had to learn, just because you're coming over here doesn't mean you're getting new toys. He was doing that because it kind of took him to like bribe them a little bit, because they didn't always want to go to his house. So I get why he does it, but it like kind of makes it like to the point where they expect to get stuff with me, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. So it's all a learning process, you know. We're gonna be dealing with them for a long time, so we're gonna have to work it out eventually, you know, together. So funny story about my daughter going to school. All right, I had a feeling that this day would come. But I didn't think it was going to be so soon. So I had a feeling that at some point I would probably think one of Daria's classmates' dads were cute. You know what I'm saying? The open house, you get to meet the other parents, all that kind of stuff. So we had to sneak a peek. And my daughter's starting 1st grade. And so we got to go to her school and see her class. She's got like a sub because their teacher is pregnant. Or sorry, she just had a baby. So, so me and their dad are there. We had to fill out 2 different forms, 2 different households. We kept have to remind the lady, 2 different households. We need, you know, each one has to have this paperwork. So this dad comes in with his 2 kids. He has a son that's Daria's age. It's going to be her class. He has a daughter. She's like probably middle school. Man, y'all. When I say he was like a whole snack. okay, so he was dark skinned. He's darker than I am. He had like nice arms, tattoos that I like. Bald head, goatee, deep voice, like all of the checks. And I was like, he's not married, because I saw his, you know, his hand and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God. So it was crazy because we were walking around the school and stuff like that. And it was like we would end up like being in the same places, and like it was like he was kind of looking at me and their dad to kind of see like what our situation was, you know what I mean? And so, and I think he already heard that we were, you know, two different households and stuff. So it was like he was popping up in places, and I'm like, this guy, you know? So we go outside. Finally, it was over to the cars, and I walk their dad to his car because the girls were, you know, with him. And we got like Italian ices and stuff. So we're just sitting outside talking and stuff. So here comes dude with his two kids. Right. Okay. Why is his car parked? So I was looking at his car because he has a Buick Enclave, and I love those. I was like, oh man, I want one of those. Cause I was just telling their dad, remember I had one of those when my car was in the shop, and it was a rental. And I was like, and we were talking about how expensive they were. Here comes dude. You know, he's like, you know, hey, how y'all doing? This and that. And I wanted to say something like about his car, like just, you know, to get some ideas about pricing and things like that, and just some other conversation. And it was just awkward because like their dad's like, he was like going over there and talking to him. I know you're trying to talk to him. You know, he's lingering and this and that. And I'm like, I can't do this with you here. Like, I can't do that. Like, it's just weird. I mean, it's like nothing with me and their dad, but it just was like awkward. And so, y'all. So I was like, I'm going to find out who this dad is, like one way or the other. And so Daria, she is, second day of school, their dad calls me and said, so Daria has a boyfriend. I was like, what? So little boy, he told her that he wanted her to be his girlfriend, and he was going to bring her candy the next day. So I'm low-key proud, right? And I was like, that's the second day of school, okay, Daria? And so I talked to her today, and I said, Daria, I heard you have a boyfriend. And she was like, Mommy, who told you? Dad told you? Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, she's only in first grade, and she's like embarrassed by this. I was like, this is like, I start seeing the future of like my daughters in school with boys, and I'm not ready, by the way. So she can't remember his name. She's terrible with names. She got it from her mom. And she was like, I said, so did you get your candy? And she said, well, he brought me chocolate. He brought me chocolate, him chocolate, and me a juice box and him a juice box. But we never got to eat it or drink it because he left his box, but then he left early. So I never got to have any. And so she was so serious. But I was like, but he brought it, like he said, right? And she said, yes. And I was like, huh. Well, Daria has a lot more going on than I do, because I tell you, dudes are not like coming through with promises for me. So I said, okay now. And so then I asked her like who, you know, what he looked like. I said, is he brown like me, or is he brown like you, or is he, you know, white or whatever? And so she was like, he's brown like me. No, he's brown like me, but he's like me, between me and you. That's what she said. And I said, well, what's his hair like? She said, well, his hair is braided like mine without the beads. So I'm guessing his hair is cornrowed or whatever. Now, I'm saying this all to say, I can bet you $1 million. That's, okay, so the little boy that was the son of the guy that I was talking about, the arms, he had the whole like cornrow thing going on. I was like, I wonder, I can pretty much say I think that's the same kid, that's the dad that I was talking about. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Like, why? Like, how this would work out. So I might see their dad sooner than later. Who knows? So it's like a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole thing. The universe is bringing us together. I don't even know, but it's a cute story nonetheless. But I don't know, like I've had a couple of dates. I've met like a couple of different guys in different ages. There's not one age. I mean, their age range is between like 39 and 50 or 54 or something like that. And I don't know, y'all. I don't really know what to say. Like, okay, so there's one guy, I've hung out with him a couple of times. Good chemistry. He's about 43. Not who I would find myself with at all. And one of the things that my friend, she let me know, and I was talking to my older sister about this too. She was like, you're going into these things looking for relationships. And she said, what you need to do is just date, have fun. Don't look for anything serious. Because you're coming out of something. And basically what I was leading into was, okay, so D, short for Deshaun, because I never said his name on here, but now I will. Deshaun. Anyway, he's the one that ghosted me. It's been, we were together for over a year. And so it's been about like since March, since I spoke to him last. Okay. So Deshaun, I, had a dream about him and how like, he just like decided to come back around and just acted like nothing was up, nothing was wrong. Like he hadn't been gone for about 6 months or so. And I remember waking up being like so angry. And I talked to my friend about it and she's like, Anissa, does he have social media? Go on his social media. He doesn't have Facebook, but he has Instagram, but it's like no activity. So he probably blocked me on there. But his ex is on Facebook. So I went on her Facebook and I saw a video of their daughter's birthday. They were at like Applebee's or somewhere. And he's in the video. So I'm like, he's alive. Okay, I'm glad that he's alive and well. You know, keep keying it up with the fam and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, so now I'm just like, so you are back with her. Excuse me, 1 second. When were you gonna tell me this? Like, y'all, who does that? Like, who seriously, literally, like, if you're going to get back with your ex, that's fine. People do it all the time. But you didn't even have the audacity to just say, hey, I'm going to go back to her. Like, you're a coward. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm not at the point of busting out windows, but I see why women do it. And it was something that my sister said, my older sister. She's like, Anissa, you need to heal from your ex-husband and you need to heal from this. Because if you go to somebody else and you get into a relationship with somebody else, you're going to snap. She's like, if they do one wrong thing, she says, you're going to snap and you're going to act like those women. We're going to have to bail you out of jail because you just won't be able to take no more nonsense. You know what I mean? And it was like so funny that she said that because I'm like, that is so true. Because I visualized myself going to his house and like, I thought about the windows thing because I was like, but I don't want to go to jail. But I did think about rolling up to his house and confronting him for sure. Like, I had thought about it for a long time. And I was like, all right, I won't do that. I need to like have more pride. Then I was like, I was thinking about like a long ass text. I was going to text him all kinds of stuff, you know, and I just was like, nope, I won't do that. So it's like that same week is a week that I end up breaking out with hives, like hives all my neck, all over my chest, my arms, my legs, everywhere. I had to go to the freaking emergency room. And it's the detergent I was using, like I switched over for like a couple of weeks, but it takes a while sometimes for things to settle in your system. But something that my friend told me or asked me to think about. And she said, Anissa, you've had a lot of anger about the situation with him. You were like internalizing it. She was like, sometimes your body responds to things. And I know that hives is one of those things too, that sometimes your body will just react out of like, it's too much to keep in. And I was like, you know what? There could be truth to that. Like, y'all, the hives, like, I could barely swallow. That's how bad they were. Like, I had to get the EpiPen and everything. Like, I could have died. So, it was a serious thing. Like, I still break out a little bit. There are spots in the house that I'm still, like, wiping down because I'll touch surfaces or something and, like, I'll, like, scratch and there's, like, you know, a line or, like, welts and I'm just like, ugh. But definitely have allergies, but I really took some thought to what she said. And it's like my sister was saying, I don't want to be in a situation where I get so mad at somebody that I literally will bust the windows out their car or I will fight them. Because like at this point, if I see him, I'll probably fight him. Like it's that deep. And so I really have to heal. I'm reading that book, and one of the things she did mention in there is about like sometimes because we're wounded and stuff, it does come out in like physical illnesses and stuff because it makes you sick, you know, because of like just all the stuff you keep inside. And so I do need to heal from that because I know he's going to come back around and probably want to apologize at some point. But I definitely won't be ready because I'll just curse him out. But I think that once I heal from both of them, then I'll be ready to date. And I think that's why I'm kind of annoyed with the people that I've been, like, things run me the wrong way. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to meet with you. Like, I'm just real, like, whatever, you know. And, like, they're like, some guys just get, like, they want you to come to their house. And I'm like, I don't know you well enough to come to your house. Like, that's kind of weird to me. So, like, this kind of stuff, like, you know, meet me at my house first and then we'll... I don't want to do that, sir. Like, you know, I have children. I don't know you at this point yet to do that. And so it's just, I don't know. It's just like some of the stuff that I've been approached with. It's just not becoming of a lady, for one. And then two, it's just like, you're supposed to be grown. Like, not come to my house, I cooked you dinner, or I'm cooking you dinner, which I still feel like it's a little later in dates, but, you know, not even that. So, I don't know about this new dating scene. Like I said, there's been like 4 different guys that I've kind of like text with and stuff. I've hung out with like 2 of them. One, I feel more than others, but it's just like, nah. You know, it's nothing serious. And so, I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of like, meh. I don't know, man. I've just been disappointed. And I feel like, too, part of it is going to deal with the healing process. So, it's not really like I'm meant to meet the one yet or whoever I'm supposed to be with. I think that's going to come when I'm ready, you know. And I'd love to be ready right now, but I'm not. At first, I was like real upset about that, but I'm okay with it because I'd rather be like fully healed and then get into something than get into something now and then like it's just gonna like fall apart later and I'm gonna end with a restraining order or in jail or something like that. So you'll see my YouTube videos from the cell. life in the you know, in the doghouse, or not the doghouse, what do they call it? Jailhouse or the something house. I don't know what they call it. Big house. That's it. So, I don't know. I'm rambling now. But just want to put all that out there. And sending good vibes everybody's way. Pray for me. I'm still a work in progress. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm better in the next video. It is what it is at this point. So, to that end,